All right, we made it. We're in Zion, just outside Zion, at a pretty nice RV park called like Zion Resort RV. I don't know, doesn't matter. We have a lot to talk about. Okay, first of all, I take back everything that I said about Louisiana having the absolute worst highways or the worst roads overall. There is one particular road that I just took today that is awful, a disgrace to even be called a road. I think it was US 89, State Road 89, something like that. So if you're leaving the Grand Canyon South Rim and you're going towards Zion, you gotta clearly go around the canyon, and it spits you out. If you follow down like the canyon road from the national park, and then you get onto like State Road 89 or whatever. Wow, what a piece of shit! Literally so bad. If you are in the business of making suspension or you ever want to make suspension for cars, I suggest going and testing it out over at State Road 89 because that is going to be the proving grounds for all suspension. I wouldn't be surprised if suspension companies are using State Road 89 right now for their R&D work. It is really truly some special stuff. So there's that. Towards the end of 89, um I don't know what it was, but there was just an awful smell coming from the desert. I don't know if it was like a sulfur field or just awful waste management, but it got to a point where it was like so bad that I was like looking in my RV. I was like, is there someone in here that shit themselves? Like, it was crazy. And then I started like thinking to myself, I'm like, am I going crazy? Is this me? Do I smell like shit? But then no, like I got off of State Road 89, went on 89A, and the smell was gone. So I don't know. State Road 89, US 89, figure it out, please, for everyone else, because I'm probably not taking that road ever again. My biggest dilemma right now is this: Zion. It's a map that they gave me when I checked in, which kind of tells me all the trails from easiest to hardest. Um, and apparently, parking is super limited up at the place, and they're saying that if I want to get a spot, I have to be there at the crack of dawn. And I was like, what's that? And they're like 7:30 the latest. I've been waking up at 7:30 every day. How am I gonna do this? It's already 11, I think. I think it's 11 already, which is just awful for me. I don't know what to do. I really want to do. So I'm a scumbag, and I didn't. You need a permit to do Angel's Landing, which is like, I guess, the hike to do. I forgot to apply for the permit, so I can't do Angel's Landing tomorrow. But there is the Narrows. The Narrows are very cool. I have seen photos of the Narrows. I want to do the Narrows. Narrows is 9.4 miles, takes up to 8 hours round trip, and has 330 feet in elevation change. Uh, and it's predominantly in the water. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. You know, no big deal, no mental breakdowns whatsoever. Uh, yeah, so figuring it out. I'm pretty tired. It's not gonna get as cold tonight as it did in the Grand Canyon, so I'm upset about that. And yeah, love it. So excited. I'm exhausted. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening or day, or whatever time it is where you're at. And let's see what I do. Good night. I set my alarm for 11. What am I saying? I did not set my alarm for 11. I set my alarm for 7. I didn't go to bed till like midnight. And you know what? I thought about it, and I'm on this trip for like serenity and just for me to relax, really. I'm not out here to like, win any prizes because guess what? There are no prizes. Even if I do a 13-mile hike, knowing that the end is like, hey, great job, here's money. You know what? I don't care if I get there a little late, even if parking's full, I'm sure I'll find somewhere I can park. One of my toes is still purple from New Mexico, so I don't imagine I'm gonna, go balls to the wall on this hike today. As long as I, see some beautiful things, get some good footage, see some nice wildlife, things like that, I am more than happy. Let's see how it goes. I'll see you guys a little later. I stopped for lunch. I'm not sure how far in I am. Pretty sure based on my Apple Health, whatever, I've done like 3 miles. I think there might be like another mile left. It's taken me about like 2.5 hours to get where I'm at. So I think I'm gonna call it here. That way I give myself 2.5 hours to get back. Cause I want to be back by like 5, so I can cook dinner and get ready for an early night, so I can do my 10-hour drive tomorrow. But this place is awesome. I love it. You have to come. Well, just finished the hike. I'm gonna grab some sandals to swap these super wet shoes out and return them. I'm sure you guys saw the footage, but I wanted to give you a glimpse of what it looks like exiting the park. It's kind of beautiful over here. Nice little town of Springdale right outside the park. Good evening. Honestly, I recorded this already one time and realized I pretty much chopped half my head out the entire recording. So we're running it back. Luckily, I've already rehearsed this, so it should be smooth sailing. Anyways, I did about probably 6 or 7 miles of the 9 total round trip hike, which, I'm happy about. It was not very strenuous, nothing compared to my New Mexico near-death experience. Um, it was a nice leisurely stroll. It's very chilly, the water, but it's nice because you're not always in the water. You're outside, you dry off quickly. The air is super dry here, so it was honestly nice, refreshing. Another thing to keep in mind if you do come out here, um, you will need to pee endlessly on that hike. You're in cold, flowing water and the sound of rushing water. I don't know. You're just gonna need to pee. Even if you're dehydrated, your body's like, you should pee. Problem though, there's nowhere to pee. You're in a little crevasse. So you don't want to look like a weirdo and just like pee against the wall. Like no one's doing that. It's kind of like, frowned upon. But there are little like alcoves like that you have to kind of go off the trail that's like, kind of high up there. And I found one, and I literally found like a downed tree stump that looked like that was the generational toilet. It looked like people had been pissing there for years. The hike was super busy, a lot busier than I expected it to be. A lot of foreigners, a lot of people from out of state, obviously, but that's to be expected. Oh yeah, because I was thinking I wanted to do like a milanesa, like something nice. Then I was like why? Like why give myself more dishes to clean and more of a headache when I have to leave and drive 10 hours tomorrow? So I'll save the exotic cooking for when I'm back home. So yeah, steak and sweet potato tonight. And then I got some chicken, about a pound of chicken at the uh, chicken like tenderloins, like the tenderloins for $3 at the local supermarket. Kind of suspect. I don't know. They look good, but $3 for a pound of chicken tenderloins, sketch. I don't want to drag this out any longer. I gotta go check on my laundry too. Um, yeah, we'll be on the road tomorrow. We'll see what I end up filming. Try to get a good time lapse for you. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.